Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 5 Minutes Podcast. Today, I like to talk to you about a real nightmare. Work in progress, or WIP. So let's first start understanding what is a work in progress. A work in progress is everything you do in your company, in your project, in your initiative that requires effort, time, manpower, machinery, and the product is not ready yet to be sold or to be delivered to a customer. So it's every single unfinished product. So let me give you an example, a couple of examples. So you have an automotive industry. A car without wheels is a work in progress. Why? You spend a lot of money putting the car almost ready. So you spend energy, people, manpower, machinery, but you cannot sell a car without wheels. So this is the worst nightmare because work in progress requires money, requires energy, and does not deliver results until it's not in progress anymore, until the work is done. So what should be your paranoia today in this critical moment? It's how you can simply reduce every single work in progress, how you can reduce the life cycle of your product, deliver intermediate products. I'm not saying unfinished product, but less sophisticated products, and then you can create improvements. Technology uses this very well. And what I'm telling is not rocket science for those working in Agile, because this is the concept of the minimum viable product. And what I want now is just to explain to you that you need to shift your mindset from that industrial revolution mindset to the current agility and adaptive mindset. So let me give you a couple of examples. First one, let's suppose you need to build 3 houses. In an industrial revolution mindset, what would you do to save money and to optimize? You will build the 3 at the same time, trying to keep some synchrony between the 3 of them. So you will build walls in all the 3 at the same time. Why? Because you have the same team, you can save on the bricks, and this is all very reasonable. But there is only one problem. People will only benefit from that 3 houses when the 3 houses are ready. So let's suppose that you will sell for $100 each house. So you will have zero cash flow until you have 300 for the 3 of them. So what we need to shift and say how I can do one house and release it fast and get the money so I can build other houses. So you need to reduce the complexity and speed up the product. So instead of having the most sophisticated product, for example, I want to build a 5-bedroom home. So then you start building a 5-bedroom home and then there is no money and then you have an unfinished 5-bedroom home. So what is my suggestion is that you imagine that in the future it will have 5 bedrooms, but you build just one because it's just you and your wife or your partner, and that's it. And then later you can expand that as needed. This is exactly the mindset that we need to have today. Why? Because we are in a very big crisis and we need to be agile, nimble, and fast. And we need to reduce to close to zero every single item that is between 0 and 100%. Because unfinished food does not feed people. So let me give you another example. Let's suppose that your government, I'm just using a fictitious example, bought 1 million vaccines for COVID-19, but they are at the port. So what is the status of the vaccine in the port? It's a work in progress. Means the government already paid and everything, but there is no benefit yet because no single person had a shot of that vaccine. The work is done when people get the shot and get protected against COVID. So you need to do everything you can. So instead of importing 10 million vaccines, you can import 10,000, but go through quickly to those in need. So you speed up. And I can tell you from my own personal experience at the time of the UN, because most of the time we worked in volatile environments, so war-torn countries, poverty. So many times we had to build, for example, housing. So instead of building 100 houses at the same time in parallel and having during 1 year 100 unfinished homes, what we said, we reduced the size of that batch to the minimum possible. And we speed up because if something happens, at least 10 houses could deliver benefit to 10 families instead of 100 houses that are all unfinished that will not deliver benefits to anyone. So you need to understand the worst enemy of your project, your initiative, and your work is this amount of work in progress. Is unfinished book, unfinished video, is ideas that are floating between their existence and the results. And this is exactly what we need to fulfill and cover this gap quickly, deliver the maximum possible set of products that will release cash, that will release the benefits, and that will do what is intended to be done. So think about that this week and see you next week with another 5 Minutes podcast.